isn't it? Isn't it? Sure fun. To ask him why wouldn't you? Make me look bad, but it's his fault.
Stephen, who you described to us before?
Yeah, it's disappointing in the sense that I guess for the last few years we've come in and I think we're brave tonight, but probably not smart enough. There were key moments in the game where we probably didn't take the right options, but so from that point of view it's frustrating.
Do you think after Sean's try you'd really gained the ascendancy there?
I thought, through that mid part of the second half, I thought we sort of had the momentum a bit there. But just that key moments there, we didn't sort of capitalise on building that pressure, and we sort of let them off the hook too lightly at times. When we were up and attacking their try line there. So that's the I guess the lesson we've got to take out of that for next time we come into camp.
Steve, there's a bit of talk about whether this fixture will survive or should survive. What's your view? Would you like to see it?
Oh, 100%. 35,000 people here tonight at Eden Park, and I thought they saw a really good game of footy. We had 3 guys on debut, and it's an important part of our development as an international team. I think it has to stay.
Benji, do you feel the same way?
Yeah, I agree. We always enjoy coming into camp together for the Kiwis, and nothing's different. I mean, we had a great week together. Everything apart from the result, and for us, it's a great chance to build our team as a brand, and also get more games at home as well. I mean, we're struggling to have more than 4 or 5 games a year, whereas you look at the rugby, they're having 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 games a year. So I'd love to see us have more if we could.
From your perspective, what went wrong tonight?
Yeah, just like what Steve said, key moments where we sort of had them under pressure and then would let them off quite easily. There's a few errors from a few key players, including myself today, at crucial times. But at the same time, we got to blood 3 young guys who I thought were all pretty outstanding today. Josh Hoffman at the back saved a few tries, diffused almost every bomb, and did everything right. Young Sean Johnson, after going down early, got up and toughed it out, and I thought his performance was brave and really outstanding with the ball. And he's got plenty of years to come in the Kiwis. And also Jesse Bromwich in the front row, he saw a glimpse of what he can do when he breaks the line with that offload through there. So the future's bright, which is the good part. It's just we need to find the result in this test match sooner rather than later.
Benji, how frustrating is it? I mean, you're close. I mean, last 3 years, I think it's been 10 points or less. You're close, but just can't get over the line.
Well, yeah, that'd be frustrating for anyone. And the disappointing part is, we felt like at parts there we were really on top today. Just like I said, a few moments that we have to learn from, and it's been the same thing probably the last 3 years that's let us down. So we need to work on a few things, but can't fault the boys' effort. I thought their bravery out there tonight and their willingness for each other in defence was pretty strong.
Steve, were you happy with the decision not to award Kennedy Trophy? What were your thoughts on that?
Silly question. Again, that's an interpretation which by an individual. What Mel could have got to the footy before our player, I'm not 100% sure, to be fair.
Stephen, though.
Sorry?
Did I interrupt?
No. Well,
Just overall,
What about you?
overall, what did you think of the referee's performance? Because there were some unusual decisions out there tonight that we wouldn't see in the NRL.
Yeah, again, I think that's, and I'm sure Tim would say the same thing. Regardless of whether he's the victor. But I can't see why we can't have an NRL referee. We play under those conditions. And used to the interpretations. I think every time we come in, this press conference, something's always said about the referee in terms of the interpretations. And why don't we just fix it and get an NRL referee?
Should there be two referees?
Well, if we want to do that, then why not?
What's it like as a player, benching back that adjustment when the game changes so much?
It's different. I mean, without any disrespect to Richard, the interpretations for a lot of things were very different. At the end there, when I don't know who it was, put the ball on the line to get out of the in goal. That's any day of the week. That's in goal. So just different interpretations. And I agree with Steve. That, I'd have no problems whether they were Australian referees or not. NRL referees, I'm sure they'll do the same job, and at least the interpretations would be the same for both teams anyway.
The 10-yard rule, offside didn't seem to police that very hard, and the Aussies were sort of infringing all night.
That's what happened. Again, when you play under those with one referee, and we've played all year where it's not an excuse, but we've played all year where the 10 has been really policed hard. So, but again, that's not my department.
Stephen, have we seen improvement from the Four Nations?
Well, I reckon you could answer that.
No,
Didn't see the Four Nations? Oh, well, it wouldn't have taken much to improve from the Four Nations. But, no, again, I think, the squad that we had together was, without, Kieran and Steve Maddai, but the guys, who filled in their spots, you wouldn't have replaced them tonight. Sean Johnson, has been said, I thought he, after a rough start there, he had a tremendous game. And Simon, who we shifted out to the centres for Steve. So the squad, I thought was a lot better than what we took away the Four Nations. And their performance tonight, I thought was, again, brave.
So in a year's time, obviously, which is over a year, we've got the World Cup. What do the Kiwis have to work on from here on in to get themselves into a position again where they're going to win the World Cup?
Well, that's a fair way away. But again, seeing the development of guys like Hoffman and Sean and Bromwich, and we had young Jason Tomalolo in camp this week, and seeing those guys and around Benji and Jeremy Smith and the like, is really encouraging for the Kiwis, for our New Zealand Rugby League. But again, we need to fix the areas which let us down tonight, and those were those polishes, the polishing of what, taking the wrong option, or putting the ball out on the four on the last tackle option. And so we need to fix those little areas, keep the same intent in what we had tonight, but we need to fix those little areas.
Anything major on the injury front?
Yeah, Josh rolled his ankle early. Sean got a bit of a stinger, and he got some cuts all over his face, so he's aged 10 years, I reckon, tonight. But Josh is probably the main one. He rolled his ankle, so hopefully he'll be okay.
What about Manu, Steve? He picked up a knock as well. Will he be okay to go? Wednesday game for Warriors?
Well, I haven't. He seems okay. The big guy, so yeah, he seems okay.
What's the fact that those guys all played through those what looked like very painful injuries? One of the most pleasing things, the way they just knuckled down. Yeah, again, that's what it's difficult when you've got to replace a fullback and the halfback, and a winger. So would have really thrown us out. And Josh, I know he was struggling early, and I saw him sort of come to the sideline and then run back out there. And to be fair, that's what I expect from Josh. He's a tough kid. He's come from a tough, a footy club which breeds him tough. So it was a real pleasing part of the performance. They didn't want to let their teammates down. Thanks, guys.